Hi guys! I decided to do a video blog or a vlog since I'm so burned out on writing. But we have almost made it! We're almost there! There's just a couple more little things we've got to do, this being one of them. So I want to talk about this semester. So it was an interesting semester for me. I also took 630 in addition to this class. So I got a lot of experience about tech plans, classroom tech plans, school tech plans, and district tech plans. And it was pretty interesting. I enjoyed it. I also enjoyed in this class learning about all the professional development and e-learning principles and andragogy and all that. It's interesting to me because for me, I'm an elementary teacher, and I kind of have ended up specializing with the young ones, so preschool, kindergarten, first, and second, primarily. And I thought a lot of the e-learning principles were interesting when it is relating to adults, because it's pretty similar to what I'm always aware of and cognizant of when I'm teaching young students, and that's just kind of the whole segmenting, keeping things clear, precise. As an early childhood and early and primary grade teacher, you have to always consider how you're giving them the information and how you're displaying your information, and you have to segment things. You have to give them bits and pieces and make sure everything's clear. And I honestly had never really thought about that applying to adult education. But it makes sense. It makes sense to me. And so I thought that was pretty interesting to learn about. And I think that because I have to do that in my job, working with, the younger primary grades, it was pretty easy to incorporate that. At least I feel like it was for me. And just keeping my design simple. I'm an aesthetic person, so it was interesting when I was creating the learning module, and also when we were doing our support sites, just being aware of that. And like I said, I'm always aware of that when I'm making materials for my younger students, but it was something to kind of eye-opening for me to think about keeping that in my mind also when I'm working with adult students. Let me see. 2 ideas you plan to implement. Well, I'm not currently working. We just moved this year to Colorado. And so I am probably not going to go back to teaching next year, but after this program, I plan on it. One thing that I really liked was just developing a professional network within the school. Like I said, I'm not currently working, but I have been getting to know my children's teacher in the school here, and with this district tech plan, really learning a lot about this new district we're living in. And one of my children's teacher, my daughter's 3rd grade teacher, is phenomenal about ed tech. I mean, it's just unbelievable how on top of everything she is, and how she just infuses everything with technology. It's just, and it differentiates because of the tech that she uses, which is just phenomenal. But then my son's teacher in 1st grade, they really don't use tech at all. And it's kind of interesting that they're in the same school and there's such a different approach to it. And when I speak to my my daughter's 3rd grade teacher, she has been working for years to get people to use it more. And they have access to it. They all have smart boards. They have a ton of Chromebooks. They have iPads. So it's not lack of access. It's really lack of training and understanding. And so I've been kind of having a very open and ongoing dialogue with the 3rd grade teacher. And, we have ideas of how to kind of incorporate professional development. And I'm actually hoping to team with her to help do some professional development just in the school and for the teachers to kind of learn a different ways of how to use tech. I think especially for my son's 1st grade teacher, a lot of the primary teachers have a harder time envisioning how you can use tech. And I've actually used tech very successfully as young as preschool. So with a book creator, and you can do all kinds of really great things. So I think my goal for next year, until I get back in the classroom, is just to work with my children's school and kind of just help highlight what is out there, what's available. I was successful in getting them a set of 10 Google Expedition. So I'm planning on, when the semester's over, going in with the teachers that are interested in it and, you know, kind of brainstorming some ideas of way that they can use Google Expeditions to support their curriculum. And so my goal is really just to kind of be, I guess, an agent of change. And that was a big point in this class too, of how you can really bring about change and how you can switch people's thinking. And I really do believe, like I said, for the primary teachers and some of the other teachers as well, that it's just that it's not that they are against using tech, they just don't have the time to find out ways to use it. So I would really hope to be able to go in and show them all these great apps that I'm learning about throughout this program. So that's my plan. And then when I go back into the classroom, I want to have a very tech-infused classroom and differentiate and all that good stuff. Let me see, review learning outcomes. So I highlighted 3 outcomes that I feel that I achieved in this class. The first one was applying the concept of change agency and system thinking to technology integration in K through 12 schools. I feel like I have a really good idea of how to do that and to help support my children's school, but also when I go back, you know, I feel that just making connections with the teachers, and I think building a PLN within your school. I think, you know, if you have a Twitter feed or a wiki or something that you can just constantly post, hey guys, check this out, look at this cool app or whatever, and really kind of just be a positive influence and be very upbeat about it, will get a lot of teachers interested, and they will kind of start taking more time considering how to integrate it and become part of the conversation. Another learning outcome is using the principles of adult learning in the development of instructional materials and strategies for training teachers, administrators, and other staff members. I already kind of touched on that with just, you know, the segmenting and keeping it clean and clear and clean and clutter-free. Like I said, that's just something as primary teachers, you just kind of maybe aren't completely aware of what you're doing, but that's how you design materials, because you have to, for these young learners, it has to be really streamlined, straightforward. Even how you talk to them has to be clear. And so it was interesting to consider applying that to adult learning, but it makes sense. That's the best way for everybody to learn. And I also highlighted another outcome, utilizing the web for staff development, focusing on materials design and technology integration using the principles of e-learning. And that just kind of ties into what I just spoke about. So my journey through this class, it's really focused my thinking on instructional design for adults. And to be honest, I never, ever considered doing professional development for teachers, but this class has made me really interested in it. And I think I would be able to do it. I think I could probably maybe be pretty good at it. You know, I think also that I will plan on really developing a personal learning network within the school that I will be at. Next year being my children's school. But I think that if you're upbeat and you're excited and you're positive and you put information out there, like I said, in a wiki or a blog that people can access, but it's not a requirement that they don't have to, I think more people are willing to be interested in it. And so that is my goal when I get back in the classroom, is just to be that person, to help support people and to get tech integrated. And I, as a teacher, I've had a lot of children with special ed concerns, and my own child has dyslexia. And so just being the ability to differentiate with tech is huge. And I think that once teachers realize how to do that and ways to do that and how easy it is to do that, they would jump on the bandwagon. So I really think it comes down to just having the knowledge and the training. And we all know time is an issue. So I think just having kind of an informal PLN and putting it out there that, there's different aspects that you can look into and that I would help out with and stuff, I think would encourage a lot of teachers to kind of open their minds a little bit. And I have enjoyed this class. It's been a hard semester. It's pretty heavy workload, but it's been a rewarding semester, and that's pretty much the end of my blog post. Thank you.